Hi, welcome to another episode of Bethany Talks About Stuff. I'm your host, Bethany F. DeVores, author of the Seodrassian Chronicles, available from Amazon. In this episode, I would like to talk to you about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So this review is long overdue, but you guys, it is a really big game, and I actually am still playing it. I finished the main game, and I finished one of the expansion packs. I'm actually in the second expansion pack. So I just decided to go ahead and make this review. A lot of stuff is coming down the pike really soon, like Cyberpunk 2077's 2.0 patch is coming in anticipation of the Phantom Liberty expansion. In a couple more weeks after that, we've got Assassin's Creed Mirage already out, is Bethesda's Starfield. So there's like a lot of stuff going on right now. Plus I have a lot of real life stuff going on right now that's made it difficult for me to keep up with my schedule. So I apologize I missed the week and that this one is also a little late, but hopefully next week we'll be kind of back on track because I have a lot of good stuff coming for you guys and I'm really excited to share it. But for now, let's talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I wanted to get into this game. You guys know, if you've been following my Assassin's Creed reviews, my review series, I've done everything out of order. I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I was like, this game rocks. I love this. But I was really confused. So I went back and I started playing the games, starting with Assassin's Creed 2. And I've played through Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations 3, 4, Origins, and now Odyssey. And of course, I started with Valhalla. And that's the order. In between there, games I've skipped include Unity, Syndicate, Rogue. I think there's some other, like a couple more like Liberation or something that, I don't know. I can't keep up. It's a lot. I'm late to this franchise and there's a lot to it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey released way back in 2018. So this is one of the more recent games. It's that open world RPG format that has become so popular in modern gaming. This one was their second one like that. Y'all, I have a sunburn and it is itching like, oh my gosh, it's itching. I obviously don't get out in the sun a lot.
Whoopsie. Oh, whoops.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey was released in 2018. It's set in ancient Greece. And the main character is a Spartan who has been flung out of their family. If you know the story, you'll understand why I said it that way. Their family was torn apart when they were children. And so a big theme of the game is them trying to put their family back together and get justice for their family. So you can play as either Cassandra or Alexios. I've played both. I did 2 playthroughs so I could experience as both. I prefer Alexios, and from here on out, I will refer to the main character as Alexios unless there's a specific reason for me to refer to Cassandra. This was a long game, and I have a lot of feelings about it.
I just have a lot of feelings.
I have some pros and cons, of course. Just like normal, I'm going to start with my cons and then move to my pros and then give you an overall. Let's hop into it with the cons. Things I don't like about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The fact that you can choose between Cassandra and Alexios. Okay, fine. But it seems like the powers that be have really pushed Cassandra as the canon character. I don't like this, to be honest. This is not going to be a really popular stance, but I got to tell you, I'm kind of sick of the girl boss. Okay, we get it. Women can be strong. I get it. It's become such a trope. I'm tired of it, and it's not very interesting. Alexios, I liked him as the hero. I just did. So I don't like Cassandra being pushed as the canon character. I think Alexios is more interesting, to be honest. It's just annoying. I didn't like that in Valhalla either. And I played it both ways. If you give me an option, I'm always going to try both ways where I feel like I haven't really completed the game. So I played Odyssey as both Alexios and Cassandra. And then Valhalla, I played as male Eivor and female Eivor, just to make sure I got the experience. And in both cases, there wasn't a huge difference in the gameplay other than I just liked Alexios better. Some of it's just like the way he looked better, but I didn't like Cassandra being pushed as the canon character. It didn't make sense to me. Whatever. Another con is that the storyline, both modern and ancient Greece storylines, were very convoluted. At this point in the franchise, I just feel like everybody's a little on crack.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I don't know what's happening right now with the writers, but I'm very, very confused. Now, have they done their due diligence to ancient Greece and that sort of thing? Yes. Am I saying they're bad? Not necessarily. But this storyline is on crack. I am so confused.
Who am I? I don't know.
Layla is a terrible character. I don't like her. And the ancient Greece storyline is fun, but confusing. Now, maybe I'm just a little bit of a simpleton, okay? It's possible. I like to think I'm reasonably intelligent, but there's just a lot happening, and it's a lot to keep up with. At some point, I was just like, okay, Cult of Cosmos, kill them. They're bad. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. From this point on, I'm going to have some spoilers. The game was from 2018, and it's 2023 now. As of recording, it's been a while, but I'm still going to say, okay, potential spoilers. So there you go. If you made choices that were merciful or forgiving, then you potentially have this scene, which I got in both of my playthroughs, in which Alexios's mater and pater and sister and adopted brother are all back together again. Now, and it's like it's supposed to be kind of a fun scene. Oh, they're back at home. They're eating together.
There's more to being the best than pure strength.
That's an excuse for the weak.
I'll show you who's weak.
That was out of place. It was weird. I mean, especially since whichever character you did not play actually became a villain that you had to face. And they do some horrible, horrible things. In fact, a character that I really, really, when I played Cassandra, I would have really liked to have romanced this character because I loved him, but Brasidas.
Come and get it.
And the villain family member kills them in a really bad way. Like, it was awful. I hated it. I was so upset. When I played it through the second time, I actually skipped the cinematic because I didn't want to see it again. And now we're all just sitting down having dinner together. I mean, I get it that the person was brainwashed and they did some awful things that because they were brainwashed. But it wasn't like, I don't know. It just didn't quite work. And then the biggest con, and I think this was a lot of people's complaint about Odyssey, was this is where the bloat really began. Like Origins started to get a little bloated because it was an open world RPG style game as opposed to the more linear games previously. But Odyssey is big. There are a lot of things to do. There are all these side quests. Now, some of the side quests are really fun, but there are a lot of these little quests that are so monotonous and so repetitive. Like, Mystios, I lost my fill in the blank, and it was taken by bandits at fill in the blank place. Would you get it for me? Yes. Go kill people, bring it back. Here's your stuff. Thank you, Mystios. Here's some money. That's like so many of those little quests. That was so monotonous. It got really boring, and I got to where I just ignored them. I just started ignoring them. I stopped going to the board where you could pick up other quests. I just stopped looking at those. I was like, that's just so repetitive and boring. If it looked like an actual exclamation point that was a different color, then I would pick up those. Otherwise, I kind of just started skipping the others because they were not all of them, but most of them were just pretty routine. And also, kudos to Assassin's Creed or Ubisoft for trying this, but they put in user stories, like players could create stories and plunk them in different places. Now, I'm playing this way later than the release, but they did not work for me. Like, I think I got 2 of them to work, like user stories, user created stories. And after that, they just stopped working. And there was one that was just, it was an XP farm, which I think they're not supposed to do, but this person kind of like wiggled it in. I liked that, actually. I surely did use that. I was like, yeah, I need some XP because I want to upgrade my spear. So let's do this thing, and that was fine, but they didn't half work. And then a lot of the objectives of these smaller quests were pretty boring. So it was excessive. It was a lot of bloat. And then I have a love-hate relationship with the expansions. The Atlantis-based expansion was good. I played it, but it was kind of long, which is a plus in some ways, because when you pay for an expansion, you want to get your money's worth, right? But it was plagued by the same problems with a lot of monotonous stuff built in to the different locations of the expansion. Now, I'm only onto the second episode of the other expansion, which is the like First Blade early assassin crossover or whatever. That I'm still very early on in that. I'm only on the second part, so I don't know how long that's going to go, but it's a lot. It's just a lot of the same, and I like it when expansion does give you some of the same stuff because that's what you like. You like the game and you just want more of that. But I'm also like, could you bring something new to bear, a more interesting story, a little quirk or something? The Atlantis expansion did at least give you some new stuff to work with. That was pretty cool. I did like that, but it's just a lot. It's a lot of bloat. And I can understand why players have been complaining about Odyssey and Valhalla. As much as I love these 2 games, they're big and there's a lot of stuff. And if you're like me, it's hard to play a game and not clear all of the map with all the question marks. And if you're going to try to do that, though, it's very monotonous. And I've actually had to make myself go, okay, I cannot be a completionist with this because I just don't have the time. I've got other things I need to do, other games I want to play. Even though I'm enjoying this and loving it, I got to move on. So it's big. It's very big. And it's a lot of routine. So those are my main cons. There were other little things, but those are the main things that I didn't like. Pros. Things I liked about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Set in ancient Greece, and it is beautiful. It's just lovely to look at. I mean, the setting is really nice. It kind of reignited my interest in ancient Greece and the ancient Greek gods and all of that mythology, things I really hadn't thought about for a long time. And I really enjoyed that. And it was just, the setting was gorgeous, really nicely done. The historical views, and it just very, very well done. I really enjoyed that. The gameplay is very fun. I liked the different choices you have for your weapons. I think I like, believe it or not, Origins and Valhalla a little bit better for archery because you can choose different types of bows. But I liked this as well, and I really liked the swords and the daggers. Those were my favorites to use. I also liked the special skills that you could use your ability points to gain. Things like the Sparta kick and I can't remember the name of it, but there's one where like you can knock the person's feet out from beneath them and then stab them as they fall down. I liked that because I'm a violent gamer and I enjoyed that a lot. And there were other really interesting skills and abilities you could add. I didn't use the archery ones as much, but they had some pretty unique and interesting ways you could do it. I'm just more of a melee person. So the gameplay was really fun. I really enjoyed that. And again, even though the game was bloated, some of those objectives were a lot of fun. In fact, I recently uploaded a video of the overall quest of the really, really bad day. That was a lot of fun. I thought the ending was really funny. Anyway, there were some fun things. The gameplay was a lot of fun. One of the other things I liked about this game was the music. Now, I love music. I'm always going to notice the music, always pay attention. One of my friends says she just never understood that. The overall music is okay, but there were a couple of songs that I really, really liked. The really fast, upbeat, like opening music to the like the menus and stuff. I liked that. In fact, because I'm living in 2005, I have made that song my ringtone. But there was another song that I really liked, which was the song at the opening of the game, like during the actual gameplay opening. In Greek, this beautiful song that's being sung is just phenomenal. Really well done. And I actually have that in several of my playlists right now. And it's the song I use to wake up in the mornings. This is part of my alarm. I liked it that much. I'm actually like, I might try to learn it, but Greek is hard. But I just thought that song was phenomenal. It was really nice. And I stated already my love-hate relationship with the DLCs, my expansion packs. That was another pro for me overall. I liked that I got my money's worth out of that, right? Yes, they're bloated. Yes, they kind of have parts that become monotonous. But overall, I enjoyed, like in the Atlantis expansion, you go to Elysium, the underworld, and Atlantis itself. And that was really interesting, those 3 different places and dealing with the different resources. And it was nice. I liked that. I'm on the other expansion now, and so far I'm liking that as well. I do like the expansions. I just think all of it's a little too much, but I still think they're actually a pro for the game. They're well done. Lastly, but not least, I really love Alexios. I mean, y'all know I love my video game men. Ezio will always have a special place in my heart. Ezio. But my number 2 Assassin's Creed man is now Alexios.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast and he's gotta be fresh from the fight.
I just like him. Obvious reasons. The character is actually well written. So whether you played it as Alexios or Cassandra, it's actually a well written character overall. I'm not liking all of the writing choices, but their character I liked. But I like looking at Alexios. I'm just going to be completely honest. That's a thing. I don't mind him. Anyway, this was a good game. Overall, it really was a good game. I would recommend it. If you are an Assassin's Creed fan and you haven't played it, I would recommend it. Bear in mind, it is one of the open world RPG style games, but it's a lot of fun. And overall, it's probably one of my highest ranking Assassin's Creed games. I really liked it. I liked it a lot. It probably right after. Well, that's going to be a separate video, but I did like it a lot. And I can see myself playing it again in the future in a while because, like I said, I've got so many other things coming down the pike. But it definitely is replayable because I feel like you could find other things and you can make other decisions and get a little bit different outcome for different things. So that gives you some replay value right there. So it's a good game. I would recommend it. I enjoyed it. I think it was time well spent video game wise. So I hope this is helpful to you guys and you find it interesting. If you agree, disagree, your thoughts, please put them down in the comments. Of course, always, I'd love your feedback to see whether you liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Did you like Cassandra better than Alexios? You know, let me know. I actually do like the feedback, and let me know, you know, if you have suggestions for other games you'd like me to play and review and give you my unique perspective. Let me know. Also, remember, if you like the show and want to support it, please feel free to go to Buy Me a Coffee and make any kind of donation you feel led to make. I won't be upset. You can also find my books on Amazon, the Seodrassian Chronicles. Take a look. I'm working on book 3 right now. That's coming down the pike, but obviously go buy me a coffee or buy a book. I'm never going to be mad at that either. So thanks for watching. Leave me comments below. Let me know what you think. And until next time, that's it for now.